Time to code our update method. Once again, let's go to our test folder and let's copy our show test and change it to UpdateCest. Okay, let's add that. Remember to update the class name and remember to update the test name as well, so it will update post. So we can keep the I have because we need a record in the database to update. The next thing we need to do is get a faker instance because what we want to create is data that we can use to update the existing method. So let's call this the update array. We can have, obviously, we'll reference our constants from our post model. For title, we can then use faker to once again make a sentence. Okay, we can use 5 words. Let's once again use our constant for content. And we can use faker once again, this time paragraphs. Cool, let's go 4 paragraphs. Set that to true because we want it as text. Okay, so that's good. We need to keep the expected array. This is because the endpoint is going to return the data, so the new data, the updated data. And let's just change this to reference update. And we instead of update, let's call it updates. I think that's a little bit better. Once again, the constant's coming in handy. And we can use one for content, not updated at. Okay, we're going to keep the JSON encode. That's fine. We're going to change the get, this time to the put. Right? And we can keep that the same and the same there as well. But all we need to do extra is actually pass in the data that we want to update the record with. So we have updates. Okay, so we're going to keep grab response. We're going to keep response code as well as the assert equals. But we're also going to add in IC record because now we want to query the database again to see if the database record has been updated. So we do table name and we use our updates as the data to compare against. Okay, so test is looking all right. Let's run the API test suite. Now, once again, this is the first time Vagrant's running for today, so it's going to be a while. Okay, so it looks like we're getting some feedback here. Could not find matching record in post table, and you can see could not find matching record. So good. That means we cannot, the record has not been updated. Okay, so let's add our controller method. Notice that Laravel has an edit method as well as an update method. We're going to use the update method. The edit method is used for rendering of forms. So here what we're going to do is we're going to have to take the ID that's been given to us in the request and query the database. Let's just put our comment in here so our IDE can understand. So we do post ID, so obviously our constant, and then we take the actual ID from our request. So Laravel will then query the database and pick that first record that comes back. Now we need to set the attributes to the new data that's coming in. So once again, reference your constant for title. And from the request, we're going to get, once again, the constant and title. So we can do the same thing, this time for content. Cool, so we're setting the data against the post model. Now we need to save. Cool, so we're saving. And now we can just return a response object again, and we can put our array in there. And our array, actually, we can go to our test and grab the expected array. And we can paste it in here. Yep, that should be fine. So we can reference the model instead of, obviously, the updates array. And we can use a get attribute here. And once again, take advantage of using our constants. So we grab the title. And we can just copy this and paste it here. And we can change that to content. One more thing, we can also change the ID here. We can get the attribute, not attributes. And once again, use our constant. Just copy and paste it this time. Cool. So now we've written the code for our controller. Yep, everything looks good here. Let's run just this test. Cool, so it's working, and yep, everything's passed. So that's good news. And just get in the habit of doing this. Run your test suite again to make sure you haven't broken anything else. Good, so we're getting green all around.